We are back with part 2 of 12 Years of Single with Essence. If you haven't listened to part 1 yet last week, make sure you go back and do that. On part 1, she talked about dating guys who ended up getting other girls pregnant. It happened to her a couple times, so she's sharing how that all went down. And today we're going to be talking about some of her most memorable dates. Today's episode of DRL is brought to you by Hella Cocktail Company. My guests don't just come to DRL for me. They also come for the cocktails. Luckily, my friends at Hella Cocktail Company have my back. These guys make amazing mixes, from Bloody Mary to Margarita to Moscow Mule. They also make cocktail bitters, my secret ingredient, and now yours too. It's easy to feel like the best bartender in town when every bottle comes with a simple recipe on it. Hella Cocktail Company, bold flavor, real ingredients, hospitality. Mixing it up since 2011. Shop the collection on Amazon Prime or use code DRL online at hellacocktail.co for free shipping. Hello, my lovely listeners. Welcome back to another episode of DRL, where we're talking everything dating, relationships, and love. I'm your host, Tanisha Wood. What was the last date you went on?
The last date I went on in New York.
Well, wherever, because you seem to date like
around the globe.
Outside, yes.
I will say, let's talk about my last New York date, because that was fun. I was going out with somebody, and then I didn't realize it was a date, the first date, because
what happened that it became a date, but you were
after
unaware?
The fact, my homegirl was like, oh yeah, he hit me up and asked me, was you single? And I was like, you have to tell me, because we were cool, like friends. And then he was like, oh, well, we should go do so. I was like, oh, no problem.
Okay, pause. I already have a problem with this man, and y'all haven't even went out yet. I don't know how the date went. It might have been glorious. Because as a grown-ass man, I need you not to do the, like, my friend said you're cute sort of thing. Like, I need you to be like, hey, friend, can you just give me her number? You know?
Well, no, he had my number. That's the thing. We were already in communication. So, right, okay.
So that makes it even worse.
Right, so he had
So there's no need to include a middleman.
Right, so you could just ask me, right?
Yes.
Am I single, right? So I found out after the fact, and have you ever been out and be like, oh shit, I think this was supposed to be a date?
Yes.
And I found myself in that space.
I did that once when I was like in a relationship. This guy invited me out and I was like, oh, we're cool. It's this guy I used to know. And then as I'm there, I was like, this is a 3-part date. I'm in a relationship. I don't think I can be here.
We can't be here. And I'm like, mind you, like, I didn't know, like, natural, like, what I would know. Be like, oh, I'm finna go out. I'm about to put on this shit. I'm about to put on this shit. It's finna be cute. Oh, like, how my booty look. Nothing like that. I was just like, oh, I'll meet you when I get off work. Like, I had, like, a fucking T-shirt. And, like, I don't think I had, like, pressed my hair. Like, I was just like, I'm finna meet my homeboy. I'm gonna go meet him. He doing a set. I'm gonna meet my homeboy. And we gonna go. And I was like, oh, we could go. And he was like, oh, you want to go to this place? And then I was like, oh, well, let me go check out this venue I'm gonna do a party at. We go over here. And I was like, so we ended up eating there. So I was like, oh, well, I brought you, like, he had paid for our drinks or whatever at the other spot. Then I was like, oh, well, since I brought you over here, you know, I ain't trying to count people money. I was like, let me go ahead and pay for this shit since I dragged you over here. And I'm like, you want to eat over here? And then I think he was just like in the conversation, he hit me something with like about my relationship with my dad. He was like, oh, I just wanted to see with your relationship. I was like, why you want to know what my relationship is like with my dad? I was like, he was like, I want to see if you got dad. And I was like,
wait, he wanted to see what, if you had daddy issues?
Yeah, and I was just like, why the fuck he care if I had daddy issues? Then I was like, oh shit, is this supposed to be a date? Because I don't look like a date. I look like your homegirl.
Okay, but I kind of changed my mind on him because I do like asking questions like that. I like on a first date, in his mind, it was a date. But I like deep questions like that on a first date.
Question.
Like, what's your relationship like with your father? I would ask that. I respect it.
But
okay, you weren't on the date. You weren't on the date.
I went on a date. So I'm sitting there like, why the fuck are you asking me that? And then fast forward, I'm talking to my homegirl. I'm like, not sure. I think I went on a date, maybe. And she was like, yeah, you was on a date because he had hit me up and asked me, was you single or seeing somebody? And I was like, no. And she was like, and I told him I was going to try and hook y'all up. I said, why would you say these things and not telling me that you said these things? I could have been better prepared. So fast forward, I was like, okay, whatever. Then we went out again. And I think I was just like, I just didn't feel it, and I was like, now fuck, like we were cool. Now,
wait, you went out a second time after,
right? I was like, okay, I'm gonna just see. I'm gonna try to be.
But
open.
you didn't. Were you not attracted or interested at all?
No, I didn't really think of him like that, and also, literally, I feel like we're the same height.
So then, prior to going out on the second date, what was in
my
quotes
first date?
Your first date. What was the? Was there any conversation after that?
Yeah, like I can't necessarily remember all the conversation, but we had like banter back and forth because that's just the nature of our relationship, you know. Oh, like funny people. Oh, we just.
Did you hint at the fact that you're friends?
I don't know.
Like you should have hit him with the like, you are such a great friend.
What happened was,
I'm so glad we're friends.
After the first day, he was like, oh, you bought me food. I'm happy. And I was like, oh, okay. Then I was like, We went out, we met up again, and we went to like this taco spot. It was nothing to write home about. And we were leaving. He said something like, do you know how to use chopsticks? And I was like, yeah, little nigga, like, what you mean you don't know how to use chopsticks? We're like, what the fuck you think this is? And I was like, I think he might be outside of his level because you ever feel like somebody's trying to impress you with things that aren't things you impress people with?
Oh, like, so, I'm going to bring you to a nice sushi restaurant because you probably never had sushi.
Right, and I was like, yeah, I just used chopsticks at lunch. Like, what you saying? Like, we just left a taco spot where I had to go to the counter and order my own food. Like, if the waiter doesn't come to me, like, I get it. Like, you know, shit. Like, I ain't really like that. We could have fun. We could go to a spot. But if this is the main event, and we supposed to be sitting down and having dinner, and I got to stand in line to get my food. Like, you not really doing nothing that I can't do for myself. You ain't giving me your best. You know what I'm saying? You're not giving me your best game, right? It's not like a meetup, you know. So I was like, okay. Then I think he was like, yeah, we gonna get this pho. And I'm like, I know everybody says pho, but it's like, you can't be trying to be bougie on me. Like, do you know how to use chopsticks? And you saying pho. It's pho. It's the pho. What the fuck? It's pho. But, yeah.
Have you ever had pho?
Right.
It's pho.
Actually, it's pho. And yes, I have. Thank you very much. Actually, it's pho. But yes, I was like, okay. So he hit me up. He was like, you ever been to Del Torres? And I was like, Del Torres? I'm like, this shit must be new, exclusive. And I was like, does he mean Del Frisco? And I'm like, Google don't know. Google has no fucking idea what Del Torres. I'm like, well, shit, Google don't know.
It's so exclusive.
I'm like, this shit finna bang. I'm had to pull out my good shoes, my little tiny suit. And so I was like, oh, you know, then he continued to talk. And so I was like, yeah, I don't ever recall going there, you know. Because, you know, if it's real, you know, I don't want to be like, I'm uncultured. I have no idea. I was like, no, I don't think I've ever been there. Not that I recall. And I ain't want to be like, I don't know what the fuck that is. Fast forward. Turns out that's not a thing. He was like, yeah, it's like Chipotle, but better. I said, what is this magic? So I have to entertain, right? Because I'm also an asshole. So I'm like, what is this magical place that's better than Chipotle? Then I said, do you mean Dos Toros? He was like, oh, yeah, that's it. And I was like.
So for those of you who are outside of New York,
right.
Dos Toros is pretty much Chipotle.
Right.
But I don't think it's as good.
It's like if Chipotle was Wendy's, Dos Toros would be like McDonald's. Because I prefer Wendy's over McDonald's. I'm going off of my personal preference. Then he had the nerve. I was like, so my homegirl was like, oh, all of a sudden he had this girlfriend. I think I might have texted him like happy birthday or happy Father's Day. Oh, he had a kid. I forgot. He had a kid, but it was already like a big kid.
An external child?
Yeah, it was an external child. It was above school age.
That's fair.
That's fair. So it was like, whatever. But I was just kind of like, oh, okay. You don't respond. I was like, and I think the last thing I said, it was like, it's levels to this. Because I just need you to know, you don't ghost me. Okay. I'm not like
I ghost you.
Like you're not meeting the threshold of ghosting. You say foe. You don't get to ghost me. So it was funny. It was fun. I always love the experience that it giving me material, but it was just kind of like,
wait, do you go out on purposeful bad dates just for comedy material? Maybe that's what it is.
You know what? Maybe in the back of my mind, I'm like, what is the most fucked up situation I could get in? Because good situations,
because I got a show Friday,
right? Good shows don't make good material. It's like they don't make good stories. It's like, oh, he came on time and he picked me up. He paid. It was a very nice restaurant. We were all, he had very good conversation and he pronounced words properly.
See, that's so funny because it never happens.
Right. Like that's not a good story. But the good story is like, let me tell you what the fuck happened. First of all, so I was just like, you don't get to ask me, have I been to Del Torres? And then all of a sudden, which is a bad thing. I guess I kind of didn't really communicate. I just do fucked up things sometimes too. I didn't really communicate. Look, like this ain't it. This ain't it, Chief. Ain't they what the kids say? This ain't it, Chief. I was just kind of like, and then it was like, well, you got somebody to show speed. You need
what you should have said. You should have just been like, yeah, it's like my favorite lunchtime spot when, I just want something casual, not fancy at all. Just a quick $10 lunch, just something quick.
Right.
Fill me up.
No, every time I pass a Dos Toros, I giggle inside. It's just like, I giggle inside. I'm like, that shit really happened. Like, no one wrote that as a part of a script. Someone actually was like, yeah, I'm finna take you to get some Dos Toros, girl. What up? You ain't never had this shit. And I'm like, bruh. So I'm just kind of like, oh, okay. Like, respectfully, we ain't. There's a type for you. And I know I may seem like the type because, I might have like a little bit of that factor. But the reality is I try to do a little bit for myself. So no, you taking me to Dos Toros is not like that. No one, I'm not getting wet off that shit. Like I'm not be like, oh, I'm finna give him some ass.
Girl, you know where he took me?
Girl,
Dos Toros.
Bed. That's my baby daddy. Oh my God, girl, he is so fancy. You know what I'm saying? Cause like that shit is like, I'm just like.
And then we went for pho.
Yeah. And he showed me how to use chopsticks because I never used chopsticks before and whatever. So he was like, no, boo, don't use a fork. Don't use your fingers. What you do is you take these sticks and you pull them apart. Then you shave them together, make sure you don't get a splinter, know what I'm saying? And then you don't cross them, no. You just, just let them touch a little bit, yeah, like that. And he licks his lips. And I'm like, yeah, daddy, thank you. You gonna feed me? Like and I'm assuming that's how it went in his mind because he was so like, yeah, I'm finna get her with this shit. And
she ain't never been to Dos Toros.
Right, I'm getting it, yeah. Because he literally said, yeah, you finna get this pho. But I'm sure on his end of the text it said pho. And I was just like, oh, I'm finna get this pho.
Is that code for dick?
Maybe so.
Maybe you had it wrong. That was never taking you for pho.
Oh, because
you about to get this pho.
Right. Maybe I could have missed an opportunity to get some dick that I don't think I ever wanted. But that would, you just be direct. Lead with that. Be like, my code word for dick is pho.
So if you see that pop up,
right? So
it ain't like, no noodle,
right? Noodles.
So what is the best date you ever had?
Oh my God, the best date I ever had. Who? Is that a thing?
Yes.
I'm trying to think the best date I ever had. Wow. It's
funny because I've had some great dates.
Right.
in terms of the planning was just amazing, and we did something really fun. But I was like, damn, I really wish I liked him because this is such an immaculate and great date. Yeah. So it's like it's just hard to get the guy/date ratio just nice mix, right. Yeah,
like you mixed your drink perfectly.
Yeah. So when I say best date, I don't even necessarily mean like, oh, and he was like an amazing guy. I just mean he didn't take you to Dos Toros or brag about it.
Del Toros. Oh, adios míos. Man, I feel like I guess in my mind I'm like was doing that, like was the best properly executed thing, or what was just like the one I had like the most fun on with the person. And I don't know if those two things are.
Well, tell me each of them. What was the most fun date you ever had?
The most fun date I had, I feel like it's always a date when I end up just like hanging with somebody that I like and I'm kicking it. Like that's any of that time is like good. It's like we just doing whatever. Like we kicking it. We going out to eat. We whatever. I think that maybe the most executed date was, hopefully see if I can get the details right. It's like, he's like, what do you like to eat? And I remember this time I went out with this guy, and I had before, in conversation, I remember that I like venison. Which is.
Are you from Minnesota?
I'm not from Minnesota.
Oh, that's a weird. I've never heard anybody outside of the Midwest say they like venison.
Really?
That's weird to me. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I'm actually from Virginia.
Do you guys eat that there?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, we eat that. Right. Like people hunt and give us venison. Oh, poor Bambi. But yeah, like I don't know how we started talking about that. So his goal in life was to take me somewhere to get venison, and he planned his day out. He couldn't find venison. He tried to plan his day out. He couldn't find it.
This was here in New York?
This was here in New York.
He wasn't going to find it here.
And not also the fact it was out of season. But I didn't want to crush his dreams. I was like, I'm going to let you figure it out.
If y'all don't know, venison is deer.
Yes, deer meat. It sounds a lot better when you call it venison.
It does.
So you like deer.
It's Bambi.
It's cute old Bambi. You know what happened to Bambi's mom? I put her on a plate.
Bye, Felicia.
I put her on a plate and I made a sandwich. But yeah, he was a nice guy, not attracted. And I could just tell that he just put in so much effort to try to please and like make it a nice night. And I felt so bad because I was just like, I don't like him, but he tried so hard. And I think it was like, I just, you're not supposed to like everybody, but I just be feeling bad. And I'm like, oh, he tried so hard and he's sweet as pie, but I don't want him. And I'm like, shit, people don't want me too. So he'll get over it. And then I think like, old date, like, I guess, like a guy, but we were like, a little closer. And, we went out, or like we were where we live, but he got like a room and like did candles and all of that stuff.
Oh, he's extra romantic.
And so that's when I got the pho. Because, always don't get you don't take everybody's pho. Because some people got community pho.
This was exclusive pho.
Yeah, you don't take everybody's pho. But yeah, because I don't really particularly care for community wing. But yeah, like romantical. But yeah, I applaud effort.
I do too. I do think even if you don't like somebody, like I would stay out on a date longer if I was like, there's not necessarily a connection, but I just see that they put so much effort into it that I'm like, you know what?
Right, like. You were time on task. You tried to listen to me. You're just like, and it's like, but then on the other end, it's like, oh, this is so nice. But if I could just put someone here that I want.
Insert person I actually like.
Right. Like if you could make a hybrid and hey, shoot. I mean, I feel like guys say whatever reckless thing they want, but someone's like, if I can make a hybrid.
Do you think you could be wowed on a date in terms of, let's say, like that guy, for example.
I could be wowed?
Wowed.
Like
that guy, for example. Do you think that the night didn't start off with you being like, oh my God, I can't wait to go out with this guy. I really like him. But do you think that based on his effort, that it could have led to you seeing it as more or possibly liking him, even though you didn't initially? Sorry, my hair is really tight.
It's okay. No. Because also, too, I have a thing about confidence. And though he made the effort, it was an element about him that was like he was still unsure of himself, like a people pleaser. Like he wasn't like, yeah, I did this shit, you know, you like this shit, don't you? I just still do like a little cocky. It was like, he wasn't like, this shit, I did this, didn't I? It was just kind of like, oh, you know, I hope this is okay. I like this, you know. So
but maybe, okay. Now, one thing my mother always says.
What mama say?
And I believe her. Mm-hmm. She says you should be with a man that loves you more than you love him.
I knew you were going to say that.
And to me, yes, a man should have confidence. Right? But I do like a man that's a little nervous around me. Not to the point where they're just like, you know,
they can't make decisions.
They can't make decisions, or because that's unattractive.
Stumbling over their words.
Yeah, not things like that. But I like a little bit of like, damn, I hope she really likes this. You know what I mean? Like, not enough to where it's just like taking over.
I feel like you could have a little bit of both. Like, he could be confident, but still like unsure about you.
Right. Like, don't take me to Del Toro and act like you did it. Like, damn, son, here
don't
it is.
Do that.
I took her to Del Toro.
Don't go tell your friends.
Yeah.
But Del Torres, as he called it. Like, don't, like, yeah, you, like, the fake flex. Like, let's
right.
not. Right.
So I'm saying, like, I'd prefer over that. I'd prefer the, like, man, like, I hope she really likes this. I don't even know. I was trying to find venison all day. Like, I like a guy that's a little pressed for me and a little frantic.
Oh, we definitely like pressed. That's a good blend of pressed and still, like, I hope she likes it, but I know I did a good job.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I feel like that's what that with anybody is like, I hope you like it, but it's like,
if you don't, I'm still good because I tried my hardest.
Right, and then it's like, if you put that effort out there, if she's a good human, she's going to be like, thank you, you know? And being wowed, I think, gets harder with age. You get older, you've done more money, stuff. You could do stuff for yourself. I feel like, you know, that's what I was like, it's levels to this dating, because apparently said friend is used to dating a certain type of woman, maybe a certain age range that is not of mine, who, for him to even utter the words to me, do you know how to use chopsticks? There is a group of women that he dates that do not know how to use chopsticks. And for anybody out there who does not, it behooves you to get a pair. Just try practice at home. Practice at home. You know, it can be tricky, you know, especially with noodles.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I can't eat chopsticks I can't eat rice with chopsticks.
Really?
I don't know how people eat.
You can't eat Uncle Ben's with chopsticks.
Well, okay, I'm sorry. I'm not running around eating sticky rice every day. Most of the time, I'm just eating your average brown rice, and that's hard to grip with a chopstick.
Yeah, brown rice is. I mean, are you? This is rice you're eating at home, or you like
just,
go out?
Yeah, at home when I'm eating rice, or anywhere I'm eating rice, I don't know how to use a chopstick to eat it.
I'm American, so I don't like use chopsticks at home.
You know how sometimes you'll like order seamless. And then the like from a Chinese place or wherever, like some places like they just throw chopsticks in there. Like, you're a Mexican spot. Why did you throw chopsticks in here to make me feel inadequate that I can't eat this rice?
So you feel pressured. You're like,
so I'm like,
I guess I gotta use these chopsticks.
And my boyfriend is one to like always use them.
Because
and I'm
like,
the
pressure. He's like, yeah, I got these.
Yeah, and I'm like, why is he eating chopsticks with Chipotle?
But if you eat out of a bowl, it would be easier. And if the rice is not like. If it's rice that sticks together more, it's easier.
All I'm saying is, let's not judge people who can't use chopsticks on certain foods.
Certain foods, but an entire
noodles. Noodles. That's
entire
easier.
Piece
a
of
whole
sushi.
Piece of sushi. Yeah,
like large items.
But I'm gonna let you go if you can't eat rice with it.
Yeah,
that's a pass for me.
Yeah, I'm not. You know, get that spoon. Like, don't struggle. Right. Like, don't
don't not eat your rice.
Right. Like, don't get your fingertips and be like, please, sir, I want some more. Like, don't go that far. Like, get a fucking spoon or like whatever. You know, I had a coworker. What was she? I can't remember, but she used a spoon for every fucking thing. She ate a lot of rice, but she always used a spoon. She didn't use chopsticks. She was, I was like, what ethnic group speaks to Tagalog? Filipino. She was Filipino. She used a spoon for every fucking thing. She didn't use chopsticks. She was like, I'm gonna eat with a spoon. She ate I was like, you eat spaghetti. She's
well,
like,
is it at Thai restaurants where they only give you a spoon? You know, there's certain restaurants where
really?
They only will give you a spoon.
Oh, you're fancy. I haven't been to that restaurant that only gives me a spoon.
Essence, I'm gonna take you to. Have you ever been to a place where they only use spoons?
No, but
okay, I'm gonna take you to that.
On my first wow date is gonna be with Tanisha.
I'm gonna teach you how to use a spoon for everything.
For everything. And then I'm gonna be so sassy. And then I'm gonna be like, boy, you know how to use a spoon? Fine. No, I don't want you. No, Poppy. Yeah, no. Like I don't judge, but I guess I was just personally offended. Not for everybody who doesn't know how to use it, but the fact that he came at me like, oh, that was the fucked up part. He was like, because I know some black girls. I said, who the fuck are these black girls? Don't do black girls like that. Little small.
Every black girl I know knows how to use chopsticks.
Only person I know who don't know how to use chopsticks is my mother and her friends. And I just found that out like last weekend. I was like, you mean to tell me all this time you've been going to the sushi spot and using your fucking hands? I'm disgusted. But my mother's 59. So
I'm going to let her pass.
I'm going to let her.
If you're 50 or over, I'm going to let you pass.
I'm going to let her live because
sushi restaurants weren't always everywhere like they are now.
Exactly.
But if you're 40 and under, nah.
Yeah, like I'm going to let my mama live. Like her homegirls. I was like, y'all need to get on these chopsticks. I would like take some home and practice. And my aunt was like, oh, I got it, girl. She was all excited. But no, like I was like, well, don't do that. You know, I don't know these guys these days, and you know that there's a group of women who just, you know, I don't know. I feel like times it's just been a shift, and I feel like what do they call it, a purist. I feel like I'm one of those people, and within certain things, like even comedy and like, you know, people like that ain't real hip hop.
That ain't real dating.
Right. I feel like I'm like that purist, like that ain't real hip hop, but it's like I'm talking about dating and sometimes we'll talk about hip hop, or like that ain't real comedy. Like, yeah, I just feel like I have like this purist spirit, and sometimes I act like I am 59 years old.
Oh my God. I know who I need to introduce you to.
Uh-oh. Is he your cousin?
He's not my cousin, but he is the cousin.
He's someone's cousin.
Of my boyfriend.
He's someone's cousin.
Yeah.
And you know I love a cousin.
I know you love a cousin, and that's the number one thing is I don't date anybody that's not a cousin. I wouldn't.
So here's my list. Whose cousin is he? Can he use chopsticks?
Can I show you a picture of him?
You sure can.
And then
what's up with his pho?
You tell me.
What that mouth do?
You tell me if...
Is he clear in 5'10"?
Yes, I believe he's for sure 5'11" to 6'1".
Okay. I just like to know if I put
He's
on...
also a comedian.
Oh,
he cracks me up. Is that like a no-no, like two comedians?
Well, I'm like a part-time fake comedian, so
it could work.
As long as he's funny.
Okay, let me.
And he'll be trying to try his jokes out on me.
Hilarious. He's really hilarious. Hold on.
I wonder if I know this guy. This is interesting. Anticipation makes me want to drink Jameson.
Sips Jameson. Okay, I was spelling his name wrong because he spells it kind of funny. Hold on.
Little funny bunny.
Okay, let me just show. I'm gonna show.
I was like, you're giggling. It scares me.
No, because I was expecting his picture to pop up, but I forgot what his profile photo was.
Okay.
So let me just show you his profile photo.
Yeah, I want to see it.
That's his profile photo,
and I know that reference.
I know. Okay, great,
I know
great.
that reference.
So the profile photo is. I don't know if you guys recall or have seen the episode of Dr. Phil where there was a young lady who I guess was in the early stages of like transracial. Yeah, but in the very early stages. White. But she said, I tell my mom, I'll never be like any of those Negroes. I'm gonna let, do you want to do I feel like you would do how I read it.
Told I would never be like those. So this young lady, like her mouthpiece was very unacceptable. Like her mom, like she's a teenager and I don't like to talk about kids, but she had the classic, I still get relaxers hair, like how my hair looked in 1998. When I used to get my hair wrapped, that's how her hair, like, your hair is just like burnt out from getting relaxers. And she thinks it's long, but it's like barely collar length. Like, yeah, that little girl off Dr. Phil, Google it. You'll be like, what the fuck? But it's humorous.
Okay, so that's his profile photo. Oh, apparently he did it for 2 profiles.
Because it's MLK?
Yeah, he had MLK as his other profile photo.
Okay.
We're just going through his profile photo. I don't know who this is. It looks like to be some sort of sports broadcaster.
Yeah, I think that might have went over my head. What social media app is this?
This is Facebook. This is actually him,
Facebook. Okay.
This is some sort
I'm
of
not
artist.
a big Facebook person.
This is an artist rendering, so we still can't really see his face.
Right,
so
yeah.
Hold on. Okay, I'm there.
Okay. That's my speed.
Right?
How old is this human?
He's 29 or 30. He's of age. Or is he? Hold on. No, he might be older because he's older than who I'm thinking of. Hold on.
I would love for him not to have a 2 in front of his name.
I think he's 30.
Oh, he looks cute. Is it weird
should we call him?
I mean, we can call him. What do I have to lose? I've already told everybody's business.
Let's just call him and see where he's
He
at.
lives here?
Yeah, he lives in Brooklyn. Just gonna give him a quick call here. See if we can
what up with his pho.
See if he eats pho or pho.
Yeah, let's see.
Hopefully he answers.
Yeah, because that would ruin this whole moment.
Yeah.
Come on, friend. Come and talk to me. I really want to meet you.
2, 6, 7, 5.
Guess we shouldn't give out his number.
Yeah.
So Brian, I just was about to say his name too.
I was about to call him Eric. Then I was like, that's not his name. Then I was like, I'm not going to say his name.
Hold on, I have to get the door. I think this is him right now. No, I'm kidding. It's not.
Surprise guess. Hi.
Oh, by the way, Essence Chris Essence.
Hi, Chris.
Hello.
I'm definitely acting like I met him before. Like, yeah, because,
I'm just going to slip into something a little more comfortable.
Go right ahead. Put on your smoking jacket. I would be surprised if he had a smoking jacket. I would cry.
Wait, what is a smoking jacket? I've heard the term,
Chris.
but I don't know. Chris,
do you have a smoking jacket?
No.
You know what it is, though, right?
I do know what it is.
what is it?
It's usually like a velvety type jacket that people wear, and they usually wear an ascot.
Yes.
With their shirt from the smoke smell.
Chris, you have a smoking jacket. Why are you lying to her?
You mean that one?
No, put on your smoking jacket with the ascot.
Oh, I love that. That's like
He just got rid of it. He totally has one.
Come on. I love a smoking jacket and an ascot. That's my favorite. That's what, you know what I'm so I'm gonna put that, you know what, I'm gonna get back on, what do you kids call it? The
Tinder?
dating apps, yeah. And I'm gonna be like, I'm looking for a nice gentleman who can tell me what that mouth do. Give me the pho while he's wearing his smoking jacket.
Oh my God, that sounds like Chris.
Cousin. I love a cousin. I'm like, whose cousin are you? Like, are you cousins with anyone that I know? Because I have this thing where you have to be someone's cousin.
Hold on, you should put, if you write me back, please insert your cousins.
I would like a list of your first and second cousins, please. First one's removed and second, because they're not the same thing. I know you blacks think the same thing. Just like you don't use chopsticks, you black girls who don't use chopsticks.
It's pho.
I said it's pho. Oh, I love to joke.
What's your ideal date?
My ideal date
Yeah.
is where I know it's a date.
That's a good first step.
Yeah, and I find out before I get there. My ideal date is with someone that I want to be on the date with, and I'm not forcing myself to go. I'm excited to go. The food choice doesn't have. I'm not asked before I get there if I know how to use the utensils. That is, look, I'm like minimum bougie. Like there's level to my bouginess, but I would like to not have to stand in line to get my food.
Okay.
I would prefer if the person comes to me and asks me what I would like to eat. I like that, where I feel like I want to, get a little dressed up. Not my usual, right now I'm dressed like an essay, like I'm about to bust a too short rap. But
You are really wearing a buttoned up plaid shirt.
well, I'm not just like Ice Cube and Boys in the Hood. But yeah, well, I'm like, I'm going to put on, my nice heels and, be like, oh, bitch, you did it. Well, I might, do my Farrah Fawcett curls, and we go out and it's nice and there are drinks and the food is good and the conversation is good. And
So who's your ideal man to be on that ideal date?
does he have to know me?
What do you mean?
Like, is this like, oh, like I want to go out with Michael B. Jordan, or does it like...
No, but like, describe the man.
Oh, see, this is how people
See,
get offended.
we're putting in the universe. We've described the ideal date, but now who is the ideal man to go on the ideal date?
I feel like I'm gonna have to explain myself to so many people after this. I'm just gonna. Good thing I'm like.
Yo, what if you were like a 48-year-old white man with a smoking jacket?
right.
I'd be like, I didn't see that coming.
Right.
Which is fine if that's what you're into. I just didn't see it
Matthew
coming.
McConaughey.
Do you date white guys?
I have dated white guys. I have not had pink penis, but I've dated white guys.
Okay. What are your thoughts?
First of all, the white guys that I've dated, except for maybe one, and I wouldn't consider that dating. It was like a summer thing. But most of the white guys that I've run into are like white guys that are blackatized. They hang out with black people. Like, oh, I remember this white guy. It's so funny how you forget people that you've had interactions with. It was this white guy, and I think I met him on Black Planet. So that's enough right there. Also, not only am I already told my age, not only am I aging myself, this white guy I met on Black Planet. And I think his screening was like cream something.
Oh, Lord.
So he was out there looking for he was trying to get his swirl on. He was in the military.
At least it wasn't white chocolate.
Right. It was like cream, some numbers. Because, everybody had numbers behind their name. Back in the day, we had dial-up. You kids don't know about that. When I was dialing up, getting on Black Planet. And damn, I can't remember his name. It's amazing how time goes by. You really don't remember people. I see how that happens now. I can't think of his government name for shit. And I shouldn't say it anyway, so. But, yeah, but that was a guy, and there was another guy. Like, I used to work at, like, the baseball complex, like, in the summers through college. It was, like, a summer league, and, like, it was, like, kids from different, I would say kids, but technically we were adults because we were in college. But if you're 18, 19, 20, to me, you're a kid. Because I'm an old auntie now.
Not if you're R. Kelly. No.
I don't know why I did the McDonald's jingle. I don't know how those two, but that was just like R. Kelly. I'm loving it.
McDonald's is like, don't put us.
Right.
We're not.
I have no idea why my brain was like, yep, McDonald's. R. Kelly, McDonald's. I'm loving it.
You're thinking kids meals.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I went. I'm like, ooh. Panic. That was my improv coming out. It was like, what does it make you think of? McDonald's. R. Kelly makes me think of McDonald's. Kids meals. McDonald's playpens, balls. Yeah, just go down a rabbit hole. I have a very beautiful mind. I myself might be on the spectrum, which is why I attract said people. I swear this guy that I talk to has Asperger's, but that's a different conversation. I'm not a medical professional, so I'm going to stop diagnosing people. I'm just going to diagnose myself. Anyway, I went on a tangent. What the fuck were we talking about?
I was asking about the ideal guy.
Okay, yes.
Or no, we're talking about white guys.
Yes, white guys. Yes, white guys. The creme de la creme. He was cute and shit, and he was in the military, and we was talking, we was kicking in. I was younger then. And I do this thing, and I was like, I don't want to like be like stereotypical, but like feel like this white girl thing where I like just like kiss people, kiss random people in the club. I'm wasted. It's like,
wait, so you made out with this dude in the club?
I was like at his house or some shit, so yeah, like that doesn't count. Like I stayed with him and shit. Like this was then I'm just thinking forward, like other dudes that I've met. It's like I might have made out with the club. It's like, oh, we talk now. I'm just going through my New York reservoir. Then there's this other guy that I met, and I won't say his name because everybody fucking knows him.
Wait, who is it?
I have to definitely tell you offline.
Just whisper it.
I'll show him to you. I started following him because of the things, I was like, oh, he's interesting. I'm going to turn my phone up so you can just gander at his page so you can see who I'm talking about.
Oh, wait, it went away.
Ah! Okay. But yeah.
Hold it carefully because she doesn't have a case on
my
her
phone is condom-less.
and it really makes me nervous.
But so we met. I had started following him, and then we met like at a party, like at a day party years ago.
Wait, I don't know him.
And then we started.
I mean, he has a lot of followers, so I feel like
we started hanging out, and then we kind of had a little short thing.
Is he white?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, okay. This is a guy you used to date, or this is a
guy that I know.
Oh,
this is one of my white. We talk about my white
oh,
guys, right?
Got it.
Yeah, my white guy.
No, I got confused, and I was like, wait, this is the.
Oh no. This is just one of my white guys. This is my white repertoire. See, he's very white, right? I just saw. I could see in the window.
What does he do?
This, which you're looking at now.
He's a photographer.
No.
I mean, I'm so confused. Okay, he clearly has a lot of followers.
Right. I really can't say because it's so very specific.
Is he a memer?
I guess you could call him a professional. A professional memer. Anyway, he was a guy that I was talking to. And then there's this other guy that I just, see in passing, like, oh, we flirt or whatever. I'm trying to think. It was another guy that, like, he was very sweet. Oh, yeah. It was like I was working at the baseball complex, and this guy, he went, like, after the game, the guy gave me, like, a rose, and we ended up going out. And would you believe that I was watching Married at First Sight? Mm-hmm. He was on the fucking show. And, like, this is when the first season of the show, and I was scrolling, like, what is this show? You know how you just scroll
right,
and I stopped and I'm like, he looked familiar.
Wait, he was one of the grooms?
Yes. And I was like,
on season 1?
Yes. And I was like, this looks I was like,
wait. So there on season 1 there was Doug.
Yes.
Doug. It was Doug?
Yes, we went out one summer. He took me on a date one summer because he played baseball and I worked in a baseball club. And I was like, and he was very sweet. I love Doug.
He seems like a sweet guy.
He is so sweet. So, I was invested. So I was like, that looked like Doug. And so I had to wait for them to say, and I could say his name because, I was waiting. I was like, that looks like Doug. Then I was like, I have to wait. And I was like, there's no way. I was like, it's like, if they say his last name, it's not that many people with that last name. I was like, oh shit, that's him. So I was like, I gotta watch this shit. I was like, don't do him like that. He is a very nice young man.
Wait, did you and Doug make out?
I don't remember us making out.
Oh, No.
I really don't. This was like, I said it was like summer job, but it was like, he was like one of the guys I remember like being very, very sweet and just like, he was just so... Oh, he was just so cute. And then, like, to fast forward in years and, like, see him on, like, Married at First Sight, it was like, would you look at this?
Would you look at little Doug?
Right, would you look at Doug? Him so sweet. Don't be mean to him. Him is sweet. I loves him. He is such a sweet guy. So
okay, so you've dabbled in the white chocolate, if you will.
Yeah. I haven't crossed it, but, I have, I might... hit a little ground ball, but I haven't elevated to where I'm like, okay, let's take the pink penis. But I still have been on the, but I was like, I'm a little stingy with my cookies. So, you have to ration it out. I was like, trying to minimize my miles, but yeah, like white. Yeah. I like, listen, I don't discriminate. Of course I love black love. I prefer to have some brown babies. I got a lot of melanin, so I could probably still have
black women, particularly, like They'll say, yeah, I've dated a white guy, but I just need to make it clear that I love.
I just want everybody to know that. But listen, when I have a homegirl, my friend Alicia, she's just like, we gonna find you a white dude because, and I'm like, listen, if one shines down on me and he is like, what your mom say, if he loves me more than I love him, whatever that looks like, I'm not the type of person I'm like, I'm not gonna fuck with you because you whatever. If I think you cute, I think you cute. I was in Cuba and I snagged me a little Mexican John. So I'm like, it ain't nothing. Like if I fucks with you, I fucks with you. But of course there is a thing about having you a nice black man, but they want to act funny. So sometimes you need to get you a Mexican.
Stay open.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, listen.
Is that the reason for the shirt and the necklace? You're trying to attract a certain type.
Trying to.
Hi, Poppy.
Yeah, but this is a type that I feel like would get me in trouble. Like this is like gangbanger. I told my car, I was like, is it odd if I'm dressed like a blood but I crip walk? She was like, stop it.
Let me duck. Don't do that in here. That
She was like,
see through
it
the windows.
could be a drive by. My other coworker was like, we're on the 16th floor. She was like, it could be a flyby.
So where can people reach you?
People
to maybe come to your future shows.
Oh, people can reach me at 804. Okay, not really, because you crazies might text me. You can reach me on the gram. I'm mainly on the gram. Facebook is a scary place. I'm on Instagram and Twitter. The number one black star, and yeah, that's where I am. I am a crazy human.
Thank you for coming on tonight. You cracked me up.
Thank you for having me.
My stomach hurts from laughing.
Oh, that's good. Thank you for having me.
And I'm hoping that in the future you don't encounter any more men who have internal babies.
Yes, internal babies. This is like good therapy. So, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'll just have to.
I'm connecting you with my friend, and I want to see this go down.
Oh, we'll see. We can work together, or we can have pho. Some pho. He can do dos toros. He can show me how to use chopsticks. Whatever he likes. I'm an open book, and he's local. And hey, I'm easy peasy, and maybe that's my problem. I'm easy peasy sometimes. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
state your needs. Don't be afraid.
I'm not. You're good. I love you.
And thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Please reach out and let me know what you think of tonight's show. You can reach me at Tanisha Wood on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And until next time, wish me love. Hello again, my lovely listeners. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of DRL. If you like the show, be sure to go on iTunes and leave a rating and also write a review. And don't forget to share with your friends and tell them all about DRL. Thank you so much for supporting.